There. Hello everyone! Good morning! Happy Sunday! Okay, I'm just getting Megan in. Yes, come on! It's gonna work perfectly this morning, I can feel it.
That was smooth.
Like a true pro!
Morning.
Good morning! Oh, you look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I said I wasn't going to put on makeup, and then like 10 minutes I was like, no, I need to prepare people for Sunday morning. I lipping at least, and then I just went in with some foundation.
There is a reason why I'm wearing the biggest glasses this morning. Oh my god, but Stephen and B literally just left, and I was like, guys, get out of the house. And he was like asking me questions like, do you have all the snacks? I'm like, I really don't care at this point. Just go.
Yes.
And where are Limmy and
Yeah,
Frank?
well, yeah, they've also left the house, so you can't have them around. Yeah, they went to they were going to a Rudyard train. Yeah, Olimi loves trains, so they're going, or they're going to find a train. They're going to ride a train. That's the objective.
They thought that was that one mission. Oh, that's so lovely. Well, hello everyone. Thank you all so much. Look at all these lovely people. This is honestly a blast from the past, isn't it? I love it, Melissa.
Yeah, I've got my what's it, trombone? I like that. Not trombone. I cannot play that. Triangle. I've got my triangle ready. Okay.
I'll go with tambourine, although yeah,
oh God, yeah,
you know
no, come on.
rhythm,
You play
so
the piano, the guitar, like you are the band. I'm like, ting.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I want to know. I mean, I know quite a bit already, but everyone else want to know, what have you been up to in the?
Oh wow. Yeah. So it's just a small. Start with a small question. It's just really been about trying to get the business just off the ground. So yeah, I don't even know how to kind of like break it down. So it's like really just being a mum and having a business, and we moved to Liverpool as well. So I don't know, I've spent a lot of time at home as well. Just like yeah.
Well, there has been a pandemic. But no, honestly, I mean, the last time we were properly hanging out before we both had our babies, you were kind of saying, I've got this idea about wholesale fabric business, and I was just like, that is absolutely genius, and I'm so happy and so excited to see how well Pigeon Wishes is doing, and yeah, just from that seed of an idea and see it become a fully fledged business is really amazing.
Oh, thank you. It's
well
still
done,
like we are
Megan.
still really finding our feet. And every month we're just like, well, how are we going to do it this month? Like, come on, we've got our targets. But it's been really, and also, you know, it's been so disruptive because the whole base of our business was going to be going back to China, you know, really often, because I had Olimi and we wanted him to spend more time with his grandparents and Frank's family. So like, honestly, the coronavirus just like threw like a real big spanner in it, the works. And as you saw, like that's one of the reasons why I started doing the buttons. I'm in my studio.
Yes, represent.
Blue Peter, just like, and so yeah, that was one of the reasons why I was doing the buttons. And there's just, you know, so many plans, but it's just been really, really great. Still, you know, being around fabric, I think that's like the number one in my stash. Honestly, I always used to think, how do these fabric shop owners, how do they have a small stash? Like, how is that possible? I literally have an IKEA, the small IKEA wardrobe that is just full of fabric and it's not even hung up. And I'm just like, you need to stop taking fabric from the business. It's, you know,
I just had a flashback of being in your house and you go, and I was like, you don't have much fabric today. And then you went under the bed and started pulling out parts.
I've got like there's some kind of irony or something about having just like a wardrobe of this fabric that's not yet made into clothes, but it will happen. It will happen somehow.
And you have been sewing. I've seen, you know, you've got some plans and everything. So what are you making?
I have, you know what? I've kind of like worked something out about my sewing. So my sewing machine is in the studio, and it's absolutely freezing in that studio. So that's where everything is. So I have to kind of like go there and be really cold. So I'm not sewing quite as much as I would like to. I have a plan, like I think I showed like Instagram before, with this fabric, and then I just got really stuck on the back because this is such like a Freya, like it's such. Yeah, I thought Freya first, but then I thought I don't like wearing tight fitted tops. So even though it would look great as a Freya, I was thinking then of sewing Nora, and I was just like, oh, but it's and then honestly, I'm just down about all I do is I mostly plan these days. So I don't know what to do. And then the Ruska dress, you know, the Ruska knot dress by named Pattern. Have you got their book?
No.
It was not Breaking the Pattern. It's their first book.
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh, they've got this dress there. So I literally, it's like I was agonizing over the choice, and that's like that was that there was no sewing. It was just like me, like I could do it, no, but this would be really good too. Oh, but that would be amazing.
It's part of the procrastination creative process.
I've just been so undecisive about what to sit down and actually sew. And yeah, but I've got plans. That is going to happen. I really, really want to sew the Jessa jeans. I saw like a bit of a titty in the butt.
Oh, yes. Oh, we always do, don't worry. People are used to that.
I know, yeah, like the Jessa jeans, just it's in my mind. It's like dark green Jessa trousers. They're just there. Like I need them. Like they go with everything that I have right now.
And how well with the stripy fabric top? Whatever you end up making,
now need to make so well. It has to be. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it has to be a top.
Oh, it has to be a top. Yeah. Well, one thing I do with Freya, and I've just started thinking, I had loads. You know how many Freyas I had, but they were all getting a bit tight actually since having bees. So I've gone up a size, and it makes such a difference because it's a loose fit now, and it's really lovely. So there is that. Come to the dark side again.
I do, because I do, like in my head I'm like a Freya, and then I'm just like, oh, maybe I should just like commit. You've made so much though. I was watching your vlog yesterday. I was like, you've made like you're back. Like I don't like that. Like here are the, you know, just the 4 things I looked at. I was like, oh wow, she's just like on it. What are your plans? Like
oh well, I feel so excited that I managed to pull that off, but I really think I set the bar way too high. Because now my next vlog's gonna be like, I made one.
But it's perfect. You made one thing, but it's perfect.
But it just fell into place. Yeah, no, never perfect, never. But it all fell into place because we were sleeping well, which makes such a big difference because it means that. Well, I mean, it still takes us so long to get to sleep, but when she finally does, I run out here. And I have like a good 2 hours every night, which is amazing. I don't see my husband anymore.
This is a sacrifice. The sacrifices we make.
Like, you've always got to have a sacrifice. Yeah, exactly. It's like, husband is sewing. Sorry, darling. So yeah, he does say every day, he's like, are you going out sewing again? So I'm like, maybe. But as I was saying last week with Rachel, and that was such a lovely episode talking about routines and stuff, and that's it for me. If I just come out here, even if I'm like coming to get something, I just stay here for a few hours, and that's so lovely. So I'm very, very lucky to have this space to kind of escape to. And I can totally understand that if your space to escape to is cold and not very warm, you know, that it's not very kind of.
No, it really doesn't. And I think having and like you were saying like about having kind of like that separate, being a mum and having kind of like your alone time to be just you again. Sometimes it takes that physical space where it's like, this is my space. This is kind of like there's you know, there's no
Definitely.
toy trains to step on. Like there's just kind of like back to kind of like doing something that just feels so you. So yeah, I do think I do need a routine as well. After, when you was talking about that, I was like, I actually don't have a routine. Like, I was just like, I need to sit down and actually do. I have one of those planners where it's like plan by the hour. It's like, okay, plan your hours out, and I'm like always like in my mind, okay, yes, I'm gonna be organized enough that I literally know hour by hour what I'm doing. But you know, when you like, it's kind of have your set your own pace of your work, it's so flexible, and sometimes you're like, okay, right, I really don't feel like doing this, and you're like, well, I don't have
Yeah, totally. And again, like, you know, things just get on top of that list. So you're like, well, I was meant to be doing this now, but now I'm like, you know, changing a nappy or cleaning up, or, you know, like there's so many other things that get added to that list that we don't really account for. So it's really hard to keep on top of it. Like, it's so, and yeah, and that was something that I really picked up from last week as well, that it's really good to kind of just set yourself tiny little limits. Like, you know, by the end of this week, I will have sewed this seam, or whatever, like, you know, and that means that it's not something you feel guilty about as well, because don't you hate that thing where you're like carrying around this weight going, I was meant to do something else now. I hate that feeling.
I always like have like, I don't know, because there's so much things to do. Sometimes I'm like, well, if I'm doing something else, then you know you don't kind of have that guilt. But then if it's like something that you want to be doing but you just feel so tired, and it's kind of like a different kind of guilt, you're like, I don't even need to do this. Like, this is kind of like for my pleasure. Like, this is like something I'm supposed to enjoy. But you know, you're just not in that space, or you just have so many things to do, or you know, cooking, cleaning, as you said, all those things that just need to be done every day, and you don't really account for them in your hour by hour day plan.
No, it is really, I don't know how anyone does it, to be honest. Every time I look at like a mum with a full-time job,
it must be it must be so difficult. Like Olivia's just started 30 hours nursery this autumn, this winter he just started his 30 hours, so he was going 15 hours before, and it felt so quick. He was going to a nursery where it was like 3 hours a day, so I felt like we'd drop him off, I'd have a cup of tea, and then, you know, just do a small amount of things and pick him up. And I was just like, how can 3 hours go past so quick? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have so much more time when it's 30 hours. But still, I drop him off and I'm just like, wow, like it's 12 and then it's 3, and I was like, there's so much to do. And Olivia kind of like stays awake quite late, I think. I don't know what time B goes to sleep. He stays awake till about 8.
Oh yeah, no, but B's around. I mean, we try and put her down about 7:30, but I mean, at the moment. Olivia had that kind of period as well. I think. But it means I wake up later, so that's always nice. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Little bit of a lie.
We get a little more sleep in the mornings, which is good for us. And with Frank and everything, is he now working kind of full time with you? Like, will you spend a bit of your day to day?
What did you say?
I explain a bit of your day to day, because I'm just really
Frank, he's like really the technical. He does all the logistics when it comes to all the orders and stuff. In terms of like, he likes things like researching the cheapest package to Australia, the shipping, like things like that. The who to go to UPS, that's it. And all of the fabric, and he does with the manufacturing, with the buttons and stuff like that. He does the websites, and he also, if you were to contact our business, you're most likely speaking to Frank, because I wouldn't say he's better at emails, but I would be there analysing about what to say to someone. I'm just like, oh no, I need to make sure this email is just amazing. So like, if someone emails, like it will be like 2 days later, and I'll be like, I'm still thinking about how to perfectly answer this person.
Yeah, I totally understand.
So he does that, and he also handles the wholesale outside of the kind of like sewing, crafting community. So it's really kind of, it's really weird. Like I've had this realization that I kind of work in fashion. Like we deal with a lot of small designers, and yeah, so we deal with a lot of fashion brands. No, yeah, because I don't know, it's a bit weird because I really don't know what the kind of, if they want us to repost their stuff, because when it's the sewing, it's kind of like, yeah, repost away, and with kind of that fashion world, I just don't know enough about it. Would they like us to say they made our fabric? It's yeah, I mean, they choose us for a reason, because they like our brand, they like our values, they like our fabric and stuff like that. But it's kind of like such a whole different world. There was this, like, the photo shoot they did with some of our fabric, and it was absolutely amazing, and I was like, should I share that on Instagram? And I just didn't know, and I was like, oh my god, it's like a proper, like, it was just amazing. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, fashion is an enigma. That's weird. Yeah, enigma. It is. It's such a kind of mysterious world, and you should ask them though, because we'd love to see it, wouldn't we all? I'd love to see what they all get up
so
to.
It's like
so
lots
exciting.
of some of it is a little bit like, I don't know, say boring. So now that we've opened up our retail shop, so I don't know if people know kind of like what's going on with the textile industry as a whole, like Brexit and coronavirus.
Well, tell us.
Brexit and coronavirus has kind of really heavily affected textiles and the prices of textiles. I mean, I think you can see with a lot of the fabric shops that prices have kind of risen because of all of the extra money it takes to get the fabric to the UK. So there's kind of been an increase of prices, and kind of like the people who their supply. It's just kind of, yeah, I think everything this year is going to raise in prices. It's not just energy, it's not just housing prices are ridiculous, but everything is kind of risen. So more and more now, we are not, our price points of our fabric are less kind of like now towards the craft industry and more towards independent fashion brands. So we're kind of steering our business a bit more towards that, and it kind of means a whole change in, I don't know, just being a bit more professional. It's weird when you keep on saying professional, but because you still want to stay true to yourself, but we're kind of like figuring out with a business mentor kind of like how we can kind of like work more with fashion brands, yeah, which is exciting but really scary. Yeah,
that is really exciting. Well, I mean, it's a completely different kettle of fish, and like, I know what you mean about being more professional, because it feels like in the sewing community we're all kind of all a group of friends that we can kind of, you know, ask for favors, we can, you know, like, I'll scratch my back, you scratch yours. So it must be really different to suddenly be in a different place and world with all these new people that you're like, I don't even know how to approach, like, you know. So it makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like she's my therapist as well, because she was like, Megan, she was like, Megan, I get that the, you know, the sewing community is amazing and supportive, and you find your comfort there, but you need to put more effort towards like fashion. And I'm like, oh, it's scary.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That was scary.
And she's like, Megan.
Oh, I love it. We all need a therapist.
So yeah, so it's kind of like that whole thing where it is kind of like, because I thought, oh, I need a separation between me and my business, but it's not that clean cut. Like I love sewing, like and the retail kind of like site also helps us out because it's a bit more stable, and yeah, we can kind of like make targets, and kind of we have that kind of community. So it's really nice to have that again. Just kind of like, you know, that more kind of, oh, you know, it's always nice when people tag you and make stuff with what you stock, and, you know, thinking of new products as well, and, you know, just trying to, I don't know, it's just the funnest. Like it's so, I don't ever on a Sunday like feel like, oh, it's Monday. If anything, on Sunday I'm like doing bits and bobs for the business. It's really, really nice. So the day-to-day is, you know, it's mostly packing takes up 50% of our time. The wholesale orders, the retail orders, that's like 50% is packing, and then we have to kind of like have meetings about kind of like that's about 5%, chatting about pricing, about what happened, and leads, and I think 15% is kind of planning for what's next. So we have loads of collaborations coming up this year. Like I have to kind of like draw a line, because it's just like us two doing things, but you know, there's so many things coming up this year. I'm so excited about that. Like, I'm so excited because I've got like we've just confirmed we've just confirmed a new button collaboration with someone. The only thing I'm gonna say is bonjour. Maybe I shouldn't even say that. Maybe I should. So we're doing that, yeah, and then we're doing another one with Paige. This one is not a secret. We're doing another one with Paige.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
I love the Paige ones and the cut one pair. I mean, all of them
just
are wonderful,
that's been so much fun. That has been really, really lovely to kind of like see grow. What else? Yeah, and then it's just like, yeah, looking for fabric, trying to kind of like, yeah, checking fabric. It's just it's a mixed bag of things. Frank handles the finances as well, which thankfully for. Like, I still can't keep my receipts together. I know he's like, why can you not just keep those? You've got one job. Keep your receipts. And then we have like a box by the door where I just like
oh, well, that's way better than me. I was like,
I do that too. That is 50% of the time. It's even if it's not in the boxes. I don't know.
Oh, that's really lovely to hear, though. I'm like, yeah, it's wonderful that you guys are. I can't believe you're in Liverpool.
It's really, really lovely. I have to say, like, it took me a while to get used to it because I wasn't going out because I moved in the middle of the pandemic. So lots of people are like, oh, what's Liverpool like? And so I still haven't been to Lark Lane. I still haven't been to Lark Lane. Like, wherever the people are, that's where I'm not. So being by the coast, I mean, I have to say, being by the coast is so wonderful. Have you been to Formby?
Yeah. So, well, Stephen's parents are obviously from the Wirral, but they've moved down to Dorset now. So that's But they we went all over the place. I can't remember all the names, but there was so many lovely places.
It's so lovely, and it's so nice to be in a city where it's so small that it doesn't take you like 2 hours to get somewhere. Like sometimes I'm like, I'd get from like North London to Hackney, and I'm like, I could just be. I don't know why it's taking 2 hours. Like, this is a mad journey. So everything is, the people are lovely as well. I have to say, like, I feel like the meanest person around because everyone is just so lovely. Like, the neighbours are so nice. Like, obviously, like, I born in London, you don't really, like, my neighbours are lovely. Like, so nice. It's like a really, really good friend. Even when you say, even the small things like saying thank you to the bus driver, and kind of like people are so lovely with a limit. Like, I didn't realise in London how people like kind of treat kids like an annoyance, just like
very much
like there's a kid here. But in Liverpool, honestly, it's just so lovely when people are like generally like, hello little man. I'm not even going to do the Liverpool accent, but like hello little man. I can't. And like really kind of like, oh wow, yeah, this is just lovely. And I think it's a really, really nice place to just, I don't know, be. It's really, it's got a real, I don't know, it's nice. It's a nice move. It's freezing cold. That's the only thing I'll say. It's a really nice vibe. Freezing cold. Only thing I'll say.
Well, it will get warm.
But I really love kind of like being here, and yeah, it's really nice. We're gonna move.
And where's your closest Abercan? Most important
so there's only one Abercan in Liverpool. There's just one. The other one's in Manchester, which is quite close. Yeah.
I'll give you a little tip.
Oh really? An Abercan?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. I'll send you the address.
I know because that whole street. So they were saying that they want to kind of, actually they're so lovely. So we needed to roll. So we have a machine to roll the fabric onto a bolting board, but we don't have it to roll onto a roll. So in the fashion kind of like fashion customers, they want it on a roll because that's how the cutting machine cuts the fabric. They need it on a roll. And one day, like, we just really needed to roll it from a bolting ball to a roll. And like Frank just started ringing up the fabric shops, and he was like, do you have a do you have a machine to like put the bolting balls into a roll? And they were like, yeah, just come down. It was so nice.
Oh,
yeah, so there's
really
quite
lovely.
a few kind of like fabric places around, fabric businesses, not just Abercan, around Liverpool, which is really nice. And I think they're trying to like revive the textile kind of part of Liverpool and the ports, because the ports are so close. And again, this is like what Frank found out. So they want to bring more things from the ports in Liverpool. So there's kind of like I think it's free to do the port stuff here. I know, don't quote me on that. He's the what?
Right.
Yeah. So like the port system is quite good here. So that was again another reason why we came to Liverpool. Like if you're thinking, oh why Liverpool? There was loads of reasons, but like the fact that it had a port as well was a plus.
Oh, that is brilliant. You're there at totally the right time. I mean, being a fabric company in a place that's trying to revive their fabric.
It's really nice. So cool. It's really nice. And it's such
brilliant.
It's just such a nice part of the country, the north. I was gonna say, is it northwest?
And you're close to the lake.
North Wales is like our favourite place in the world. North Wales is just honestly, I've never been to a more beautiful place. It's like fairy tale. Like we was driving along, and there's like it looks like witches live there. Like into the road are these like stone houses with the like thatched roofs, and I was like, and the thing is, you can't even stop. I don't even know how you stop there, because it's like a singular road where two cars are supposed to drive at the same time. I'm like, who lives here? It looks magic. It's magic. Like North Wales is the most magical place. Like me and Frank have already said, like when we retire, we're going to North Wales. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's lovely. I've been quite a few times, and it's beautiful. I mean, Steve and I were going to move to Wales recently, but yeah. Anyway.
Oh, but you know what, Gabby? Like, it's the whole thing about the I don't know if it were for you. Like, we were trying to. We was thinking, oh, you know, maybe it's time to now buy a house, and then like the prices have like increased by 26% or something like ridiculous in Liverpool.
Yeah,
it's not like people were outbidding each other. Like we saw one place. They took us around this place, and it was like the price they were asking for it was just like, are you mad? I was talking to the real estate. I'm like, you cannot be serious about this. And she was like, yeah, I know.
We found that we were liking places, and we were booked in to go and see them, and they were calling us like an hour later going, it's just sold.
It was quick. Yeah. So we're like, okay, so it's going to be another year. So we're going to move to another part of Liverpool, because I don't know, our landlord has just left loads of stuff behind, which was at first really, really great. Like the sofas and pans and stuff like that. No, so I was looking at the art.
Oh, okay, not just rubbish.
She had loads of art on the wall, and it's not my style. But I thought, okay, that's nice. It makes it homely. But like after a year and a half, I'm just like, I cannot look. I cannot look.
And they won't let you to change it.
And she was just like, the thing is, it used to be like she didn't buy it to rent out. It was her home, and then she moved to Australia.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I don't think she would be happy. And to be fair, when it's this much,
she's far away. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, I mean, honestly, if our landladies come round, we literally have to like change everything in the flat, and then they come and see it, and then they're gone. Like, okay, back then it's fine.
No, I think also the rent is too high. I think we were just the rent is too high, so we're gonna find somewhere cheaper rent as well. So. Thank you.
Oh, well, good luck with that. So whereabouts are you looking? So I don't know if you know, but Liverpool has the oldest Chinatown in the UK. Yeah, so I was thinking of just being a bit closer to Chinatown. Yeah, in the centre. That's such a good idea. That would be really lovely for Lily to grow up there. Oh, that's wonderful. I told you it goes quickly. I cannot believe we're at 11 o'clock. Oh, wait. But, okay, should we ask people if they want to ask questions? Okay, yeah, okay. About Netflix and stuff. But does anyone have any questions for Megan? And then you can, go on then. Give us what are you watching at the moment? Because I want to know. So I watched The Tinder Swindler, and you haven't seen it, Gabby.
put it on your
I have
list,
not seen
okay?
it, yeah.
Put it
I
on
do
your
want
list.
it.
The Tinder Swindler, amazing. I watched Love is Blind season 2.
I haven't seen that as well. I saw you talk about that.
So
and I
what's
was like, I've
season
never heard
1,
that.
season 2.
Right. 2 things on
And
my
then what
list.
else am I watching? You know what? Those were the highlights. I'm literally just waiting for Bridgerton, and it's not until March. I'm like, what are you doing to us, Netflix?
Okay, this is where I draw the line.
Serious? You know what I told someone? You know what I told someone? She said she didn't get it either, and I was like, "Did you try and watch it with your husband?" And she was like, "Yeah." And it was like, and she was like, "Yeah, my husband kept on making comments." I was like, "You do not watch it by yourself. It is a one where you know what? It's a guilty pleasure. You do not need your husband to tell you how stupid it is, because you know." You know, but you just want to enjoy. Yeah.
You know as well that that's what my husband's doing. Yeah, you get it. Someone just said something, imagining Amy. Imagining Amy. I haven't heard of that. That sounds good. Tell us more. Okay. Imagining Amy. I am actually writing these down because they don't save the comments, which is such a shame. Because I always think I can go back and scroll through them, but they're never there. Bloodline. Oh, Stitcher's Brew. Right, so actually with Stitcher's Brew, do you remember we were chatting about releasing them all again? But I've lost all the files. So I've been trying to. I've got the MP3s, I've got what we uploaded, but the original ones, because I wanted to do some re-edits and I'm so sad about it. So I thought I might as well tell you in front of everyone and just get that out of the way. But I think they might be somewhere, and I am trying to find a hard drive, and I'm hoping.
It's
very
so
sad.
You've got, well, I don't know. Maybe yeah. Because it's not because it's just so busy. It's so busy. Like I don't think there's going to be any new ones.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there will be for a while, but we will try and find a way, because I know that they're no longer. I don't think the website is up anymore, so we've got to find a way to get it back. And we might get the old ones out somehow, and I will search for this hard drive. Re-release whatever you have. Yeah, okay, so we'll do that, because if I don't
editing would be like a pretty big job. There is a new podcast called the Tipsy Sois that I listened to. That one's really, really lovely. So if anyone's like wanting a new sewing podcast, the Asian Collective as well.
Yeah, and
I have not listened to that yet, and actually that's been on my list of things to listen to. Good. So okay, I'm gonna give that a listen to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, sorry, someone texted me. Sorry, give me a message.
No. I thought maybe the train had just rolled in.
It would not be that quick. They take their training serious. It's not just one ride.
That's so good. So you have like one thing where you're like, if they go to trains, I might have like a good few hours. That's really good. Oh, thank you, Small Smiley. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, does anyone have anything they want to say or ask?
I'm scrolling because I can't see the comment. They're not giving me the latest comment.
I know. Yeah, it's quite complicated. Is
that Inventing Anna, or is that actually called Fake Heiress?
Inventing Anna. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused as well. And Bloodline, that's come up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we've got some stuff.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, are you going to the new craft house party? That's the question I've got for you. This.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping to. It's just really, there's something else that I might have that weekend, so it's like a family thing. But I'm trying to get them to but if not, I might go to Stitch Festival. Actually, I've just been finding out about that. That would be really lovely. But I'm kind of like still a complete hermit.
It is hard. It is hard when you're like first going out. Honestly, but it's great. I feel like me and everyone else got coronavirus over Christmas. I went I hadn't been swimming for 2 years. I went swimming once, like just before, like as a Christmas treat. I was because I'd missed swimming, and I was just like, yeah, exactly. But you know, as long as you wear your mask and be just like sensible. I know the Stitch Fish,
Yeah.
but you know, if you go Thursday bright and early, because I did the knitting and stitching show, and actually what they've done, I hope they do the same with Stitches. It fell on Thursdays. It was wonderful. Like, remember when you went to go knitting and stitches and you literally couldn't move? It was not like that. It was kind of on Saturday, but on the Thursday, Friday, you just felt really safe. And even, you know, even on Saturday was a lot less people. So, you know.
Oh, that's good. And knit and stitch in Harrogate, someone saying, small smiley saying. So yeah, that's really lovely. So I've been a bit confused. I thought you were saying you got COVID when you were swimming.
I think that's what.
So me, oh, you did. You did. Oh, okay.
No.
Right, so
I think it was just not. It was not good.
No one goes swimming.
But I mean, it's been 2 years, honestly. I was just like, oh, you know, it was just a bad time. But yeah, we all got better. We all got better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you okay?
Yeah,
though?
I was really lucky. Well,
right?
kind of. I got the American variation, where it's just in your throat.
Yeah. I still don't know how to say it. It's literally a world.
Yeah, like my husband bounced back like that. He was like sick for 1 day. Olimi, he didn't even have any symptoms.
Oh wow!
And it was me who was kind of like bringing that like thing down. Like, I just had a sore throat and I felt sick.
Oh well, bless him. I mean, you know, it's kind of like a badge of honor now, I feel. I mean, I definitely, I walk around going,
I dodged, like, honestly, like, I was one of those people, like, I feel like everyone who'd managed to dodge it for like the 2 years, like, it came to us at Christmas, it was like feeling too smug. I was like, yes, I've been inside the whole you know, I've managed to like be sensible. I'm gonna just do this one thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Was it actually over Christmas Day then?
So no, we wasn't spending Christmas together anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well that's good. That's good. But it's still not a great Christmas present, is it? It's not the best. No. Oh well, I'm pleased that you're all okay now. Will you give Olimi and Frank a big hug from me, and also your mum as well? It's so lovely to see you. I'm really like happy to have your face in my life. So yeah, I think we'll kind of leave it there. But it's is there anything you want to plug? Like, everyone should. I know everyone knows your buttons and everything anyway, but they're so beautiful. And if anyone needs a button, you know who to call.
I mean, it's no. I feel like I just no. Sorry, it's just been nice talking to you, chatting with you, and like being back again, and you know, chatting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you all so much for joining us, everyone. Quick shout out to the amazing Rainbow Fabrics for sponsoring Quick Unpick. They have another new collection. I can't keep on top. They are so amazing. And also, if you do want to support me, if you feel like buying me a cuppa or becoming a member, I will put the link in the bio there, and that's really lovely. I really appreciate all of that. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope everyone has a lovely Sunday. And Megan, I hope you get a lot of time off and they find a good train. And good luck with everything. Good luck with all these collaborations and everything coming up. We can't wait to see what you do. Okay. Well, lots of love, everyone. Thank you for joining us.